Hey guys, so I'm interviewing my dad for the service learning project. Hey dad.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. So, can you please talk about how it was growing up regarding technology?
Technology. I was born in a village, so village means village back in Africa. So we didn't know anything about technology. It was no telephone, no. I would say even no cars. We would see car once in a while, and we was walking far away to go to school. It's not like today. You guys have all these opportunities over here. I would say barely it was not technology back then, really. So even, well, I will talk about where I came from in Congo, Zaire at the time. Close the door, please. In Congo, Zaire at the time, it was not the phone. The phone is part of technology, you know that. Yeah, it was no phone at all. But if it was a phone, back then to have a telephone, even a home phone, is like you have to be uh, rich. The richest people have to have that. And technology was not really, we couldn't even talk about it at the time. Even it was not computer, we were using the machine. We was calling it dactylo. We go the old model. That's what we were doing. It was not, I didn't know anything about technology at all.
Okay, so since you guys didn't have the phone, how did you guys communicate with each other?
Well, when I want to come to see you, I'll just walk, come to your place without knowing if you're home or not. I just come and knock at the door. So if you're there, you say, oh, welcome, welcome. And so because it was no way to call.
Mm-hmm.
I just walk to you. And you're not gonna make it a problem because that's the way of our living back then.
Okay, when you went to school, like, did the teachers ever teach about technology, or did you see some of them having phones, or?
As I said, it was no phone. How can we not have a phone and the school gonna have a phone? It was no phone at all. So schools, we were just doing, we call it theory. We can hear about technology. We used to take a class called technology. But that technology is not like what we're seeing today. It was really different. They're talking about technology. So illusion, but it's not like things we're seeing today that you guys have. You guys have that this technology today, not back then at all. Even in school, I'm talking about where I'm from in my country. So in Africa, there some other country in Africa was in advance too. They did have probably in their own way the phones, but not in my. Because also, why we didn't have that, because we had a dictatorship that back then. President Mobutu, Mobutu was a dictator, so he didn't allow people to have phones, and because he thought if we have the phone, people will like make a coup d'etat. Coup d'etat is like to topple him out of the power. So he was scared not to have phones, not to develop that technology in the country so people can communicate. That's why we did not have the knowledge of this technology.
Okay, growing up, did you ever, like, think of technology? Like, think of how the advancements would be as a kid?
As I said, we were learning about technology, but that technology is not what we see today. We say, oh, technology, we're just learning, oh, how to tap the machine manually, how to do, but we didn't have no computer. I doubt it even back then, even in America, if they had computer anyway. So even in the developed world, it was not, they didn't have computer back then. Everything was manually. And what will we say about the Congo back then?
Okay, can you describe, like, your first Because you came to America when you were around 26. Can you describe your first instance, like seeing technology, seeing something like advanced?
Well, when I got to America at age 26, and my first job was working at a restaurant as a dishwasher, and at the same time I was going to school. And that's where we found out about, oh, things are different. This different world, different things. And that's where we start knowing about, oh, this is the technology we were talking about, technology back home. You can see the computer, not like today computer. It was like, you know, those old computers. It was like you have to be a home computer, not like the one we have today. So we used to, we learn about Windows back then. They used to call it window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, window. So I went to CCAC, Allegheny County of CCAC, Community College of Allegheny County. That's in Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh. So to learn for window back then. So window is to start the technology. Like, oh, Windows. So you're learning Windows, Excel. So that's how we started learning about technology. So until the way it's growing today, so you guys have more technology than we had before.
Yeah. So like your first instance with technology, was it like hard? Like how did you feel about it?
Well, we were just anxious and happy to learn about something new, and we have to be so proud to. We're trying to, well, you know, anything when you start, you might think is hard, but there's nothing hard. Only if you put yourself into it and you put your mind into learning it, you get it. So since we like it, we want to know Excel, Windows, all these things. We want to understand and know it. Well, it was kind of easy, I would say, for me. I don't know, probably other people, but the first day you see, like, you know, you're curious to know what technology is about. And when you're curious, you put your mind into it, then you become so much interested into it to understand and to know it more. So it becomes easy.
Did you feel like at the time, like you felt like this technology was good?
It's definitely good, of course, because technology today, you see, back then, even the journalism, it was not like today, because today you have a phone with full of technology. Anybody kind of being a journalist, because you can see something going on and you just film it and throw it in YouTube. And so see how technology have gone too far. And the world have come very small. It's like one village. You can be all the way to China, or you in Japan, or you in Africa. So in a second, you communicating is technology today. It's good, but at the same time, it's bad if you use it in a bad way. But it's really good things to be one village, to get together. In 1 second, you have the information. That's a good thing. But if you take it in the wrong way, then it becomes bad. Technology is good to develop the world, but technology is bad if you take it in the wrong way. You go in the wrong path to use technology. Because all kind of things, wrong and good, being in technologies. But you have to know, it's like the word of God. Some people will interpret that in a different ways. They say, don't drink because you're going to be dizzy or whatever. That they say, don't drink, you're gonna...
Yeah, don't drink to be drunk.
Exactly. But the Bible says, be filled with the Holy Spirit. But some people will say, oh, the Bible said drink for your health. And some people say, no, don't drink because you have to be filled with the Holy Spirit. It depends which way you take it. So if you take it the wrong way, then it goes wrong for you. If you take it in bad ways, it goes bad for you.
Okay, do you think that technology is impacting the younger generation in a good way or in a bad way?
Absolutely, both ways. As I said, it depends which way you are stick with that technology. Are you want to develop the technology in a good way to develop the world, or you want to take the technology in a bad way to destroy the world? I mean, both ways is really impacting young generation. And I'm so worried about our young generation. It looks like they really rely more to the wrong way. You know, see the TikTok today, the Instagram, and people will just expose themselves there. That's, their nudity, sometimes all they do, that's not good. But if you stick in a good way, technology is good to develop the world.
Okay, do you think that technology, like as we grow older, do you think it's going to be more technology, or is it going to be like, or do you feel like people are going to like realize, oh, it's getting too much and like stop?
It is so tough to say that people will stop that getting too much. I don't think so. It's even going worse because people are creating more technology. Remember, a couple years we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have TikTok, but we didn't even have WhatsApp. But now, we had Facebook, but now there is TikTok, WhatsApp, Instagram, and remember we had also what they call it, the one, I forgot the name of that. I forgot it, but now MySpace. So there is so many things are coming in this technology, and we don't know what's gonna come up tomorrow. It's getting worse. But please, let's stick to the good way to develop the world. But it doesn't seem like that. I'm worried about it.
Okay. Do you think that, like, social media is really big, AI is getting really big? Have you heard of AI?
Of course.
Do you think that a lot of people say that AI is gonna like take over the world, or it's gonna become bad? Do you ever use AI? Have you ever used AI?
No, not at all. I already had enough to use. I have WhatsApp, I see this Instagram, I see Facebook, I see all the, why am I gonna have this AI again? It's just too much. People want to be in all social media. That's not really, really good. It's getting worse though. But you, young generation, have to be very careful because the world is looking up to you tomorrow. How you want to make it better, or how you want to destroy it. But we are really praying that you make it better, more better place to live than to destroy it. Because if you do, you are just destroying your own generation and the future generation.
Mm-hmm. But AI is like it's like this advanced invention that like people use it to do their homework or to like help them with speeches, and a lot of people say it's bad because they feel like students are not really using their brain, but instead they're relying on AI, and some people say it's good. So do you think AI is good or like bad? AI.
First of all, I've never used this AI, because since I was born I've been using my own brain, and now you guys using AI. So you're getting responses from the AI, like Google, right? They're giving you responses. I never got responses from any Google or AI, whatever you're saying. I mean, for me, I will say again, it's not bad if you use it in a good way. But I think it's a good thing to build the world to be a better place. But it doesn't seem like young generation is using it in that way. That's my problem. That's why I think it's not really good for the world.
Okay, so do you think the world would be better if technology was how it was when you were growing up, or how it is now?
Well, as I said, when I was growing up, it was not much technology like today. So when it was not much technology, the world was much better place to live than today. But at the same time, the world is much better place to live with technology because of the information. Because you can see something going on the street. Anybody can pick up their phone and just, copy whatever information, throw it in YouTube or somewhere in Instagram. Everybody is aware of what's going on somewhere in the world. But a long time it was not like that. Yes, it's good, but it's bad. The way people, young generation, using it. As I said, I keep saying the same thing, is a good thing if you use it in a good way to develop the world. But if you use it in a bad way, that's where it becomes bad.
Okay, yeah, so that's your opinion, and that's nice. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so how was it when you got your first phone?
Well, my first phone, it was in America when I came here. And back then, it was no phones like cell phone in America. When I came in America, it was no cell phone at all. It was the home phone. And we had pager, which I don't know if you guys know pager. Pager is when you are somewhere, you got these things here called pager, then somebody pays you, then you look at the number, then you go on the pay phone, which I don't see today anymore. The pay phone is public phone. It used to be everywhere in the malls, in the public places, in plaza. It was phones everywhere. You can go there and, somebody paged me. Since we didn't have no cell phone, you just go there, you dial the number that person called you, so you talk to the person. Because most we used to have only home phone. And I remember back then we had MCI. That was like the T-Mobile today, like Verizon. But we had MCI. And Verizon used to be there still. Yeah, Verizon was there. And MCI. Today is MCI doesn't exist anymore. We have T-Mobile, we have Verizon, we have all these kind of companies today, So my first cell phone, I would say it was what? Man, I even forgot. Because this technology came so quick and things change around. I can't even remember when I had my first cell phone. It was a small cell phone like this. BlackBerry, I guess. Yeah. So I had those kind of cell phone, BlackBerry. See, when they call, it goes, "Hello, Moto. Hello, Moto." So, and then that was the time that the pages start, going away. You can see no more, and I start seeing like now the public phone is not there anymore because it's being replaced by the cell phone. So now we have cell phone, no public phone. Home phone, if you want to, is not necessary today anymore. But if you want to have it, you can have it. And look now, at the home phone now is through the internet. Mm-hmm. It's even cheaper. So things are really, technology is really growing fast.
How was your first experience with the computer?
My first experience with the computer was the Windows when I went to CCAC, Community College of Allegheny, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. So it was nice, exciting, really great, because we're seeing something new that we can communicate, and the email came back then. See, we didn't even talk about the email, and now people don't even really communicate much with email anymore. You remember the website? It doesn't seem that much anymore because it's just growing fast. It was great. Great experience.
Do you prefer the phone or like the computer?
Well, of course, we're growing, and I'll prefer what I have now because I can do anything with my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I prefer the phone now because the phone replaces. You can do anything that you can do through the computer on your phone, and that's really a big development, and the technology is really growing fast.